My friends, that's my third attempt to record the same video. I think there's some secret services involved in all this mischief. But what I'm going to say to you, we've been with you for a year, with some of you for half of a year, with some of you for a couple of months, and even there's pretty fresh people who has been preparing, someone who has been preparing for a couple of weeks. You all are dear to me, and we have a sort of policy. We pick up our customers. We don't take anyone. We take people who really deserve to qualify and who are smart enough. Each of you have some particular advantages, disadvantages, and this should be a part of your performance, definitely. So in this particular video, I want to encourage you to use your best, to be absolutely rational, to be very cold, to be very pragmatic as to how you approach this exam. Be sure you're prepared pretty better than many other candidates. We went with you through extensive case studies, considering different sort of issues. An exam, I'm not sure it will be more complicated than the things which we have had. However, you never know. At the same time, a big part of your performance, which is true, is actually your ability to resist the stress. And this is, my friends, also a part of your professional skills. This profession is about stress, especially those who are involved in litigation, but not only. It's about strange clients, it's about ability to concentrate when there's something going on, a storm is happening around you. And you'll see, at this exam there will be many challenges around you of the same nature. So be prepared for this. Be a fighter, be a soldier, because they will assess you on very complex things, even if some of them, though not on the marking criteria, it's still a part of your performance. I want you to be very strategic. Each day when you turn to the exam, you should know exactly what you're gonna do. Everything we have done during our marks is appealing towards the exam. It's pretty similar, okay? So, I mean, in a sense of the procedure, you know exactly how it's gonna be. You know the whole process. You know how to prepare, at what moment to say what, to write what, okay? And this is to be used in order to take your best out of all the training you have actually received. It is a very stable and clear mind. Your mind shouldn't be clouded with anything. You should sleep well, okay? It's more important than last time revision. You should clearly understand what you are asked to and accept it. You should understand it's an exam, so not everything is as per reality, but play the game, be a part of that, okay? You should be able to separate more important from less important, and don't really die in the details, please. What matters is overall performance on each part of the assessment and at the very end of the whole assessment. This is what matters. Be pragmatic. Please, every day, check, or even day before, check the transportation issues. If there's everything fine with the tube, so for you not to have some story which I have had personally, because I haven't checked the tube, so and it was closed, I had to take Uber, stuck in traffic jam, and instead of being confident and revise, I literally been involved in a traffic story, okay? So check it in advance. Those who start on 16, remember it's part 1. Those who start on 20s, remember part 1 is upcoming again. So you should be appropriately dressed for this part. A suit. For litigation, better have a dark suit, black or dark marine suit with a white t-shirt, because you will appear in the court and you should perform as you appear in the court. Okay? Play the game, please. Secondly, check your passport. You will need it, and have instructions with you which kaplan provided you with. Just in case, have the telephone of the kaplan in case of if something is happening, but I'm sure nothing is to happen because you should come in advance. And if you come in advance for part 1, there's a cafe just behind the bar where you can sit and enjoy coffee and revise. So don't put yourself into extra challenge. There will be enough of challenge around you. Another important thing which I want to put my emphasis on is that there's certain things which are beyond humans' control, beyond control of Kaplan or even the Mayor of London, such as internet interruptions, electricity, people who have some issues with the stress around you, people who are within the assessment team as well, in a sense of interviewers. They are, they are actors. Anything might happen. They might overplay or forget instructions. They always also go through stress, so you should understand that. So for this reason, there's a procedure. So if you think something happened wrong and it reasonably influenced your performance, so you have a good reasonable case, okay? So then you have 10 days to submit your complaint since the moment it happened, okay? So not that much time. It won't be to be submitted when you receive the results. They will assess it carefully, especially all these cameras which you might see during the interview, etc. Ignore them. They basically for this sort of purposes, to check what actually happened at the assessment. Another important point: what's done is done, and each day you would have to move on. Nothing should prejudice your future performance. This is the rule, okay? This is the main purpose we're looking for. Another thing is that people might sort of approach you trying to discuss something. It's not gonna work in your favor. Believe me, it's a devil game. Because since you start to think about what you have answered on the previous day, you will die in this sort of issues. Next day, the same day after this exam, after each exam, you'll come and check and research and Google and whatever, and you will waste your time which you should use for your next day preparation, okay? This is a risky temptation which is causing problems, and it caused problems to people. Just trust me, okay? So, don't discuss with anyone anything you have had at the exam. It's also forbidden by the policy. We have our internal rule not to discuss it within the group. So you may stick with the group, especially if you are going to have these issues with quarantine, so you'll be quarantined, and you should have received it in your instructions from Kaplan. It might be either before you sit the exam or after, but you will be like frozen in a particular location. So in this case, better stick with someone from the group because we agreed to follow this rule. Okay? In case, if someone of the group breaches the rule, then don't communicate with this person. But I don't think it's going to happen. Everyone looks really reasonable. I would tell you, our group is really small, and compared to another enormous number of other candidates, you are not competitors to each other. Better support each other. You will be stronger in a sense. Okay? So, one day, when I had my last assessment, one of the Kaplan's staff told me, please go and never come back. It was the best wish could have been given to me. I must tell you the same. You became a part of me during this preparation time. We are pretty friends, etc. But go sit this assessment and never come back to me with the same reason. Best of luck in your future career, and hope to see you on the role of solicitors. What matters is you. Be smart.